Hello, everyone. Welcome to the APH Virtual Access Academy. We are so happy to have you join us today. Today is a young man camp. We're really talking to those of you that might be in 4th, 5th, 6th grade and identify as men. Now, everyone is welcome to stick around, but if you're wondering why the topic might not relate to you, that could be why. Again, you're welcome to stay. Welcome to the APH Virtual Excel Academy. We are excited to have you with us. Feel free to say hi in the chat. We'll say hi right back to you. Today's topic is Young Man Camp. And I would like to introduce you to Alex Fabrega. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing very, Leanne. How about yourself?
I am doing good. I am going to turn this crew over to you.
Sounds good. All right. Hi, everybody. Like Leanne said, my name is Alex Fabrega. I am a TVI O&M way over in Arizona. I don't know where you guys are, but we're so glad to have you here today. And we are going to be talking about a few things that I think all young men can know to help make becoming a young man and then becoming a full easier. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Got a little PowerPoint for you. All righty. So we're going to be doing some young man camp today. This one is meant for my boys, my guys, my dudes. We're going to learn some of the tips and tricks from an older man who was once a younger man. And a lot of these things are on here because I made these mistakes when I was younger. So I'm trying to make sure nobody else has to make those mistakes. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to talk about is our learning objectives. This is what I want you guys to walk away with once we're done with our session. First thing is I want all of you to be able to find someone you can go to talk to about any questions you have about these sort of things. Because you definitely may have questions afterwards, and as you keep getting older, you may find new questions. So finding someone you can ask about them can be very valuable to you. My next learning objective is that each of you will be able to find at least one thing you can do to make growing up a little bit easier. So I hope by the end we have at least both of those things. All right, first thing about is personal maintenance. What does that mean? Go ahead and write in the chat. What do you think personal maintenance means? While you're typing, hi, Donnie. Hi, Nikki. Glad to see you both. So what is personal maintenance? Okay, Nikki said taking care of your own things. All right, that's a great way to start it. Anybody else? Ross says taking care of yourself. That's another great one, Ross. So yeah, you guys are definitely in the right direction. It is kind of keeping up your own body. A lot of times when you hear the word maintenance, someone is talking about a car. So getting your oil changed, keeping your tires nice. So it's taking care of your body. Or Zachary says dressing nice. Donnie says brushing your teeth. We're actually going to talk about that one. So that's a great one, Donnie. First one we're going to talk about is showering. Now, as you get older, my boys, you start to smell more. And it's going to become more and more important that you shower every day. Now you might think, do I really need to every day? The answer is yes. You stink, and that's okay. We all stink sometimes. So that's why we try and take care of it. And when we shower, we want to make sure we get our entire body, top to bottom. That includes the hair, that includes the armpits, especially. You got to get that soap all over the place. Don't forget the shampoo either. Showering is the foundation of smelling good. After that, we have deodorant. This is another one you should do every day. Now, some of you might not be old enough that you're using deodorant yet, but you probably will start needing to use deodorant soon. It's super easy to do. All you do is twist the bottom, rub a little bit under your arms, and it'll keep you smelling fresh and clean the rest of the day. And it'll also help you sweat a little bit less if it's an antiperspirant. An antiperspirant is something that stops your sweat. So deodorant is, I think, one of the most important things you can do in your personal day. I am not ashamed to admit that when I was younger, I was a real sweater myself. You could see my sweat from 50 yards away. So deodorant, one of my best friends. Next thing we're going to talk about is our breath. So Donnie, you're definitely right about this one. Got to brush those teeth twice a day, morning and night. Smell is one of the first things that people notice about you when you get up close. So making sure that that's taken care of is an absolute game changer. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes each time. And if you're not quite sure how to do that, you can ask your parents. You could talk to your TDI about that. No, we went too far forward. Let's go back. All right. Socks. Now, how often do you think we should be switching out our socks? How often do we need to change our socks? In the meantime, Ross says that he started using deodorant this year. He says the name is funny. It's called Swagger Man. Swagger Man is definitely a good name for deodorant. I like that. Zach says every day. Donnie says every day. You are both correct. You want those nice, clean socks every day. Your feet can be one of the stinkiest parts of your body. Think about it. All that sweat trapped up in your shoe, it can really start to smell. So taking care of those socks is good. And then underwear. This may surprise you, but you should change it every day. These things are constant. That smell will really start to build up. So keeping those on a good rotation will keep you smelling nice. Right. This is another aspect of personal maintenance is appearance. So think about what appearance means to you, because it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and how important it is to you might be different. So a big part of appearance can be your hairstyle. Do you do your hair every morning? Do you have a distinct hairstyle? I've pretty much been combing my hair the same way my entire life. So I've really practiced it and gotten a little better at it. So taking care of that hair is a great way to ensure that your appearance is nice, sharp, and clean. And then the next question is clothes. Now, clothes, you could do an entire hour-long session on taking care of clothes all on its own. And there are 3 big things you got to worry about with clothes. 1, are your clothes nice and clean? 2, do they match? Do you have a consistent outfit going on? And 3, do they fit? Now, the fit was a big problem for me. I'm a pretty tall guy and I was growing fast when I was a young man. So all of a sudden I'd wake up in my jeans that used to fit me perfect. Now they're only going down to my calf. So making sure that the clothes you have on are still nice and fit is a good way to make sure that your appearance is kept up. Because you guys, at this age, you are growing. You might not be growing right now, but those growth spurts, you never know when they're going to hit. Let's see. Nikki said you don't want to wear nasty clothes. Nikki, you are correct. Clothes are one of those things that people notice quickly. So you definitely want to keep those clean. All right, so our next slide is about who can we go to? Let's say you have questions about, do these clothes fit? Are they clean? Does my breath stink? Is my hair done nice? Who can you talk to about that? Does anybody have any ideas? All right, so Donnie said your mom, your dad, your sister. Zachary says his dad. Yeah, those are all great ideas. Your parents are, for almost all the things, one of the first people you want to go to. Nikki, you also said your parents. Your parents absolutely know about this sort of stuff. Now, let's see, who said sister? Donnie, you said sister. I have an older sister. And although we're the best of friends now, sometimes when you're younger, your older sister or your older brother, sometimes they might pick on you or be a little bit mean to you. Well, sometimes they might give you not the best advice. So it depends on if you really feel like you trust your brother, trust your sister, absolutely go to them for advice. But at a certain age, older brothers and older sisters might not be the nicest. And then another option would be your friends. If they're your real friends, they'll be honest with you. They'll tell you like, hey man, your breath, way bad. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to brush those. Or like, bro, I can smell your feet from 20 feet away. That's not what we want. So make sure you can find someone you can trust to ask about this sort of thing. All right, and if anybody has any questions about what we're going through, feel free to put it in the chat. I am checking it, so if you have any questions, I'll make sure I get you an answer. Okay, our next slide is what is going to change about your personal maintenance. Now, the biggest thing by far is a little thing called BO. Has everybody heard of that? BO stands for body odor. Odor is another word for smell. So as you get older, well, to put it simply, you start to stink more. Your body is producing hormones, and these hormones just have a little more smell in your sweat. So all of a sudden, you might start smelling your armpits, and it smells like somebody's been chopping onions in there. That is called a BO, body odor. And as you get older, as you get into middle school and high school, it'll become more and more apparent. So we definitely want, it is gross, Nikki, you are correct. So it's definitely important to be on the rise for that. And that's what makes that showering and deodorant so important, to take care of that BO. Another thing that's going to change as you get older is that your peers, your friends, might start caring more about appearance. You might start caring more about appearance. It isn't until about middle school, high school that, you know, your hair, your clothes, other kids start to notice that stuff. So it might become more and more important the older you get. Now, I'm not saying you need to spend half an hour doing your hair and all your money buying new clothes every week, but it is something you want to start thinking about. All right, and if you have any, we're going to move away from personal maintenance now, but if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Okay, now we're going to talk about social changes. How do you get into a new friend group? So my first question is, what sort of things do kids like to bond over? If you see a group of kids and they're all talking about the same thing, what sort of things are kids talking about these days? All right, Donnie, Facebook, social media is definitely something that kids like to talk about. That's a huge one. Zach says video games. Oh yeah, Zach. I'm a huge video game guy myself, so I definitely agree that. Nikki's likes to talk about band. So band is a great one. It's a great place to go to meet friends. Aaron says books. Books are also a great one. All these things are sort of things that you can meet with a group of kids your own age, and you can all talk about. You can talk about your favorite characters. You can talk about your favorite bands. See, Ross set a card game called Magic the Gathering. Yeah. So the question is, let's say there's a group of kids sitting over someplace. They're all talking about the same thing, but you don't know much about it. How do you get into that friend group? Well, my first suggestion is do a little bit of research. Let's pretend that those kids are all talking about Among Us. That's a video game that a lot of kids really like right now. It's really popular, but you don't know anything about it, but you wanted to go talk to those guys. Well, maybe you go home, you watch a couple of videos about Among Us, you learn about some of the words they might be using, and then next time they're talking about it, you can kind of walk on over there and say, well, I know about the imposter. Yeah, Donnie, you say, hey, I'm Donnie. And then you can introduce yourself into what they're talking about, because it's hard if a bunch of people are all already talking about one thing, something they care about, to go and make them talk about something else. So trying to participate in what they're talking about is a great way to get into their friend group. My other note here is to play it cool. You don't want to walk over there and say, hey, everybody, I want to talk about Among Us, and then drive everybody off because you came on a little bit too hot. So when you're introducing yourself to a new friend group, play it nice, play it cool, and be relaxed and be yourself. And I'm not saying that you need to get into something that you don't actually like. You can, so find something that you are kind of interested in, use that to get your way in. So Nikki says, if you're talking, instead of just saying hi, you can say, yo, what's up? You're definitely right, Nikki. That's a cool way to introduce yourself. Say, yo, what's up? I'm Alex. Heard you guys like Among Us. I know what's going on there. All right, now we have a list of some other great group settings that you can make new friends. And the most important thing is to find something that interests you. So Nikki already mentioned band is a place that she went to make friends. But here are some other options. So some sports that are great are wrestling, judo, and goalball. So all of these are sports that it doesn't matter if you have a visual impairment. I did martial arts when I was younger, and I once went up against a visually impaired guy who was really good at judo. And I thought, oh, I got this in the bag, but I was wrong. I threw a punch, he caught my arm, he picked me up over his head, dunked me into the ground like a meteor, put me in a headlock. So that guy's visual impairment was not stopping him from kicking my butt on the field that day. Another great activity is choir or chorus, which if you like to sing is a great place for you to go. There are the scouts, the Boy Scouts. If you like being outside, you want to learn about Camping, tying knots, fishing, Boy Scouts are a great place to go for that. Another option is drama or acting out on stage. I loved to do that when I was younger too. So drama is a great option. And then art is another great option. Personally, I'm not a great artist. I've always had shaky hands, and my pictures and sculptures always turn out great. Don't turn out too great. But art is a great place to meet people. So anything that someone gets passionate about is a great place to go and meet up with friends. Let's see. Nikki said, oh, geez, yeah. Ross says he's done wrestling camp and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, wrestling is a great one. And then who can we go to talk to about this? So who can you go to ask about what other boys are into and where you can go to meet new friends? Let's see. Sunan said that they like art. Art is another great one. So you can talk to, if you have other young siblings, might know what things people are into. Your teacher, they might be paying attention to what's going on, so they can help you, point you in the right direction. Your school probably has a school counselor, and they might be up to date on this sort of thing. You can ask other boys. Maybe if you weren't sure what they're talking about, you can just walk up to them and say, hey, what are you guys talking about? What are you into? I wouldn't mind learning about that. Let's see. Donnie says that he loves karaoke. That's great, Donnie. So maybe you should think about doing chorus or choir. You could really warm up those pipes, work on your singing technique a little bit. Nikki said you could talk to your band teacher. Absolutely, especially if you're trying to learn about what the other kids in band are talking about. They might have heard something. And also your O&M teacher can help you. Let's say that you want to get into drama or want to get into choir, but you don't know anything about the choir room, and that confusion might make you a little bit nervous. You could ask your O&M teacher to give you a preview that area so you can walk in confidently when you're making that first introduction. Move past our social stuff. Oh no, first we got to talk about what is going to change, because that is definitely important. So, my boys, my guys, my dudes, there is a trend for as young men get a little bit older that they want to make fun of their friends. And that is just kind of part of growing up. I did it when I was younger, my friends did it to me, but there is definitely a point where it's too much, where it's not funny anymore, where it really is starting to hurt your feelings. So it's important to be honest with yourself and be honest with your friends. If they're saying something that you don't like, you have to be brave enough to say, hey man, maybe you take them off to the side away from the friend groups, you don't embarrass them. You can say, I really didn't like it when you made that kind of joke. I didn't appreciate what you were saying. We can still be friends, but maybe we leave off on that particular thing. We don't make fun of that one thing. And if they're a real friend, they'll say, all right, man, I didn't know that hurt your feelings. Let's go back to whatever we were doing. And the same thing goes for sarcasm. As you get a little bit older, kids might start using a lot more sarcasm. And sarcasm is when you kind of say something, but you don't actually mean it. And actually, we have another great virtual Excel Academy called Do I Detect Sarcasm? If you have any questions about that, you can look through our recordings and watch that. Another thing that might happen as you start to get older is that everybody's interests might start to change. What was once popular might not be popular to talk about anymore. For example, when I was younger, I was a huge dinosaur kid. Loved dinosaurs. If I could talk about nothing but dinosaurs all day, that would have been a great day. But as we got older, some of the other boys, they stopped caring about dinosaurs. They wanted to talk about football. They wanted to talk about whatever. So I had to start talking about dinosaurs a little bit less, start talking about what other people are talking about so I could stay in those same friend groups. Doesn't mean I don't like dinosaurs anymore, because I certainly do. But maybe I calm it down around my friends. See, so Donnie said he's only friends with girls. Well, that can happen to young girls too. It's a strange trend in middle school and high school where making fun of your friends is how you show them that you like them. But it's good to know your limit and know your friends' limits too. Okay, so Sunan said, what if I don't like what other kids are into? Well, that can be tricky. Maybe you can find something that the other kids are kind of into and that you can kind of get into yourself. Because what's popular is constantly changing. Maybe this year it's all Among Us and Ariana Grande, and you don't like either of those things. But maybe by next year, it'll be two completely different things, and maybe you will be into one of those. And there's a certain amount of compromise that go into making friends too. Maybe that thing isn't your favorite thing, but you can put up with it. And that's a good start. Or Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Nicki, maybe that'll be what's popular next year. So stick with it and keep trying. Right, now we're going to talk about O&M skills for the young man. So we're getting older, we're getting more independent. We need to be able to get around the environment confidently. So these are some questions I want you to ask yourselves about your current level of O&M skill. Can you get around your school all by yourself? How are your cane skills? Are they looking sharp, or do you still need reminders on how to sweep your cane? Do you know how to use your monocular or your phone zoom to find things out in front of you? Donnie, you're out of school. Well, do you know how to get around your neighborhood, Donnie? Because that's very important. Do you know how to cross streets in your neighborhood? This is around the age where crossing the street might become something that you need to learn how to do. And can you find solid landmarks? If you're walking around and see something that you know before, do you know exactly where you are now? Because that's going to start being more important. And can you pick good meetup points? Let's say that you're talking to your friends and they all say, all right, we're going to meet by the flagpole right after school to go talk. Do you know where the flagpole is? That's important. And here's a great piece of advice. Let's say all your friends are picking meetup places and you don't know where theirs are. You be the one to pick the meetup place. If you say, all right, guys, when we're done, we can go meet at the cafeteria. As long as you know where the cafeteria is, you can choose the meetup place. So it's good to be in charge of that. Let's see, Donnie, you said yes to all my questions, so I guess you're good, Donnie. I'd love to see those cane skills for myself to check. I tell you, I'm a pretty hard judge of cane skills. So those O&M skills are a good level to be at for around the age you guys are growing into. All right, this next thing might make you a little nervous, might make you a little bit uncomfortable to talk about, but it is definitely important. Protective technique, Nikki, definitely. Protective technique is super important. We are now going to talk about crushes. Big topic. Everybody go ahead and write in the chat, what is a crush? What does it mean if you have a crush on someone? All right, so Donnie says, love girls. Zach says that you love someone. So maybe a crush is a little bit less than love. Love is a big, serious, intense thing. Let's say loving females, Nikki, yeah. So a crush is just the start of that, just the very start of falling in love. And it starts to happen more as you get a little bit older. Could be loving girls, could be loving boys, could be loving anyone. But it's when you start to feel maybe a little bit more than just friendships about someone. And it's a big difference to know if you like someone or if you like someone. Mike says you think someone's cute. Absolutely. That's a huge part of having a crush on someone. And that raises the question. So you finally realize there's that person in your class, you think they're super cute, you're starting to feel a little different about them. Well, what do you do about it? Anybody have any ideas? Someone, feel like you have a crush on someone. So Nikki says to tell them. Ross says to use his brother as a wingman. A wingman is when a friend or a brother helps you go talk to that person you have a crush on, so you're a little less nervous about it. The wingman's a classic technique, yeah. Well, my most important piece of advice is to keep cool. You don't always just want to freak out and get nervous about it, but that can sometimes be really hard. Donnie says to say, I love you. Well, Donnie, I'd say you might want to slow down a little bit. Just because you're starting to have a crush on someone doesn't mean you want to go a little bit too fast and tell them that you're in love with them. That's something you say after a lot longer of being together with someone. So try and keep cool. Try not to get too nervous about it. Mike says to tell your friend you have a crush. Absolutely, Mike. Talking to your friends is a great way to kind of get advice on a situation. And staying calm and not being nervous is more than just the way you're talking. It's also the way you act physically. Does everybody knows what it means when you blush? What does it mean to blush? Zach says your face gets warm. You got it, Zach. So what happens when you blush, when you get nervous, is that a lot of Donnie turn red. Exactly, yeah. So that feeling when your face starts to get really warm, maybe it feel like it's sweating. Well, you might not know this, but other people can see that. They can see your face turning red. So maybe if you're talking to that person you have a crush on and you start to feel like your face is getting red and sweaty, maybe you excuse yourself from that conversation for a moment, because maybe you don't want your crush to know that you have a crush on them. Maybe you want to just keep that to yourself. Yeah, that's definitely true, Ross. Is that maybe you just want to play it cool. Because you guys are so young right now. It's not really time to start serious relationships. These are your first early crushes. And although they might feel like the most important thing in the world, it's okay to stay calm about them. How do you recover from blushing? Ross, that is a great question. Well, basically, you need to go calm down. So get out of whatever that situation you're in that's making you nervous. Maybe go get a drink of water, take a couple deep breaths, think about something calming instead of something that makes you nervous. And soon that blood will leave your face again and you'll be ready to go back into that conversation. So another big thing is that your crush might not be into the same things that you are into. Let's say you're really into baseball and video games. Well, your crush might be really into fantasy books and horses. So that if you want to talk to your crush, that doesn't mean you should go in and tell them about only things you like. You can tell them about the things, got to talk to them about the things they like too. Okay, so Ross asks if everyone blushes. Yes, Ross, everyone absolutely blushes. I blush. Everybody blushes. It is absolutely just part of growing up. You're at a bit of a disadvantage because it might be harder for you to see if other people are blushing, but they can see if you're blushing. So you definitely got to keep track of the way that feels in your face. Donnie says he's 27. All right, good for you, Donnie. Nikki blushed before the band test. Absolutely. So you can be a blush doesn't just have to be because you have a crush on someone. You might blush before anything that makes you nervous, and that's completely okay. All right, this is a huge one. This might be one of the biggest things we talk about today. Remember this for as long as you live. Just because you like someone or like someone does not automatically mean that they like you back. And that's okay. You got to respect that. Imagine if someone had a crush on you and you didn't have a crush on them, and then they freaked out on you afterwards because you didn't return those feelings. That wouldn't make you feel very good. So it's super, super, super important to always respect how your crush feels, because it's not just about you. Super important. You do not want to be that guy. I don't know if you guys have heard that term before, but that guy is the type of guy who goes and yells at their crush who doesn't like them back, or says things like that that might feel something like their feelings aren't being respected. See, Ross asks, how do you let you know that they don't like you back? So how does someone let you know that they don't like you back? Well, the way you hope it's going to happen is that they'll just tell you. Let's say you go up to them and say, hey, my crush, we've been hanging out for a while and I really think I like you. They might just say, oh, well, sorry, I don't feel the same way about you. Or maybe since you guys are younger, that person may make them really nervous too. So they might just run away if it makes them nervous. All sorts of people have all sorts of different reactions to this sort of thing. So really, you just got to be ready for anything. These sort of emotions can be tricky and You never know how someone will respond. So Donnie, they might say that they don't love you. Well, if you said that you love them, they definitely might say that they don't love you. And it hurts when you like someone and they don't like you back. But I promise that that hurt goes away. Eventually, you'll find somebody else that is just as cute or cuter, and maybe they'll like more of the same things you like. These crushes, especially at your age, they kind of come and go. All right, Ross asks if it's okay to call someone your crush. Well, Ross, that can be kind of tricky. Let's say you're calling someone your crush to your friends, you're talking to your friends and say, hey, that's my crush over there. Well, maybe your crush will hear about it. You don't want them to. Or maybe if you just walk up to them and say, hey, my crush, what's going on? That's kind of a weird way to say hi to someone, but it completely depends on what you want them to know and what they're comfortable with. If they don't want you to call them their crush, don't call them your crush. That's that same thing about respecting that person. If you really like them, if they really matter to you, you need to respect how they feel. Ross says he hears people talk about crushes at school, but it's been confusing. Buddy, let me tell you, I am 25 years old, and sometimes crushes are still confusing to me. Emotions like this, affection, love, attraction, they pump a bunch of hormones into your brain, and those hormones can be super, super confusing. These sort of things, you get better at them as you get older. Once you have a little bit of practice. Bro, that is young. Bro, sometimes I feel young. Sometimes I feel very old, though. Like I've had to look up what Among Us was for this because I didn't understand how all that works. So it absolutely. But thank you for saying that I'm young. I appreciate that. All right, before we move on, do we have any more questions we want to talk about crushes? Does anybody have anything else they want to clear up before this? Or before we move on? Ross asks if it's okay to call someone your crush. Again, maybe. If they don't like it, don't. But if you've both talked about it and you're both crushes with each other and everyone's okay with it, I guess you can. But not if you don't want them to know. If you're trying to keep it on the DL, on the down low, on the discreet, you don't want to do it. Is it okay to call your girlfriend babe? Sure, if she likes it. If your girlfriend doesn't like being kept babe, shouldn't call her babe. But if she's fine with it, if she thinks it's a good pet name, then go ahead. When you're in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend situation, Mike asks if it's okay to have a secret crush. Absolutely, Mike. In fact, most crushes at your guys' age will probably be secret. Maybe you don't want to go tell that person. Maybe it's a little bit too scary to tell that person, so you just want to keep it inside. And that is totally okay. Your feelings are your feelings, and you can keep them inside, especially about a crush. You just see that person over there, you think they're beautiful, and you think about them all the time, that's all right. All right, anything else about crushes? All right, then I think we're going to go ahead and we got one more question coming in. Think about your band teacher, Nikki. Okay. Well, you got to understand that there's probably a pretty substantial age difference between you and your band teacher. So nothing can really happen outside of that. But your head is your property. If you're going to think about your band teacher, that's your business and you're allowed to. But you do have to understand that that's as far as it can go. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Who can you talk to about this? So there's a lot of the same people we've already kind of talked about. You can talk to your parents about it. And I know you don't always want to talk to your mom and dad about a crush. That can feel so awkward sometimes. I remember I really didn't start talking to my mom and dad about this sort of thing until I was almost out of high school, because I don't know, sometimes it feels weird to talk to your mom and dad about this sort of thing. But I guarantee that they probably have some advice that they can give you. You can also talk to your friends, and you can also talk to your siblings, your brother and sisters. But remember that thing I said earlier. Make sure that advice your older brother or sister is giving you is good, real advice. So maybe run it past your parents too to make sure it's good. And what is going to change about crushes as you get older? Well, people may start having girlfriends and boyfriends. What does that mean if someone is your girlfriend or your boyfriend? What is a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Zach says that you go on dates. Absolutely, Zach. That's one of the defining features of having a girlfriend or a boyfriend is that you like to spend time just with that person on a date. Now, you guys, except for Donnie, Donnie's 27, you're pretty young, so you probably won't go on dates right now. Not many fourth, fifth, sixth graders going out on dates. But people might start calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Donnie says that they might break up with you. So that's part of having a girlfriend or boyfriend. When you stop being girlfriend and boyfriend, that's called a breakup. Nikki says that you fall in love. So that is something that happens as you've been dating for a while. You might find that you're falling in love with someone. That's very true. Ross says that you hang out and listen to music. That's what he wants to do. Totally. Hanging out and listening to music is a great thing to do with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Mike says that you hold hands and text. Texting is definitely a huge part of being boyfriend and girlfriend, and so is holding hands. All right. Those are a lot of really good points. So it's important to remember that when you're younger, boyfriend and girlfriends probably aren't all that serious. They probably don't mean, well, Donnie says, and get married. You guys are really young. You probably don't need to be worrying about marriage until after high school, after college, after a while. Ross says getting married sounds gross. Ross, that is a good point. At your age, it is totally okay for marriage to sound like a gross thing. Having to spend all that time with the same person. But as you get older, you might find that you change your mind on that one, Ross. Ross says that he just wants to get ice cream and tell jokes with a girl. That is a great point, Ross. Just a big part of girlfriend, boyfriend is just someone to spend time with, someone that makes you feel good to spend time with. Another thing that happened is that someone may get a crush on you. You may notice that someone is all of a sudden really nervous hanging around with you, and you might think, hey, this person might have a crush on me. Or they might walk up to you and say, hey, I have a crush on you. And then what do you do? What do you do when someone has a crush on you? That's something you got to think about. Let's read some of these comments. Nikki was agreeing with me. Donnie said, sorry, Ross. He's not in a marriage. And Ross said, it's all good, Donnie. And Donnie said, thanks, Ross. That was a lovely conversation. So what that might happen.
Hey, Alex, this is Teacher Robin in the background. You froze for a hot second. Would you just go back and repeat your question really quickly for us?
Okay, totally. Thank you very much, Teacher Robin. So what do you do if someone has a crush on you, but you don't have a crush on them? So that person comes up and says, hey, I think you're really great, and I have a crush on you, but you don't feel the same way. What do you do? Okay, Donnie, you could say that you're sorry. Zach says that he would avoid that person. Well, Zach, maybe, but that might make that person feel a lot worse about the situation. It's really scary to tell someone you have a crush on them. So just running away and not being friends with that person might make them feel bad. Now, if that person is making you uncomfortable, absolutely, you do not have to spend time with that person. Nobody friends. That's a great one, Donnie.
Oh,
so even if
hi,
you don't
Teacher
have
Alex. This is Robin again from the background. You froze one more time. So all is good, but share your wisdom one more time.
So I'll go back to Zach. So Zach, Avoiding that person might make them feel worse, but if they're making you uncomfortable, you definitely do not have to spend time with them. Donnie said, I'm sorry, let's be friends. That's a great way to do it, Donnie. Just because you don't have a crush on someone doesn't mean that you don't like them at all. So it's definitely okay to still be friends with someone. Ross says his mom gives him ice cream to make him feel better. So yeah, I guess you could offer them ice cream, but that might give what we call mixed signals, where someone you don't have a crush on thinks that you're showing them you do have a crush on them. So it's good to be upfront. If you do not feel the same way, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I don't feel that way, but we can still be friends. Mike says it's their loss. Yeah, Mike, good stuff. Another big thing that might happen as you get older is that you might get your heart broken. And let me tell you, it stinks out loud. First couple times you feel a certain way about someone and they don't feel the same way, it feels like the universe is crumbling down around you. But I promise it goes away. That sort of heartbreak goes away as you get older. Ouch, in a big way, Nikki. Ouch, in a big way. I still clearly remember the first time that happened to me. Ross says that happened to his brother and he was a hot mess. Oh yeah, you might see that happen. And you might need to help out your friends, your siblings when they get their heart broken. You got to be there for them because it hurts. It hurts. You agree, Nikki? All right, that's what I like to see. Ross said he'd offered him ice cream. Ross, you're a real ice cream guy. I respect that. All right, let's keep on going. This next thing is the most important thing I'm going to tell you today. By far, absolutely, no shadow of a doubt. If you do not listen to anything I've said so far, listen to what I'm about to tell you right now. Are you ready? Are you listening? Are your ears on? Because this is super, super important. Sometimes growing up is just hard, plain and simple. Some days you just feel awful. You feel angry, you feel sad, you feel like you're having a hard time, and that's okay because everybody's having a hard time sometimes when they're growing up. And what's the most important thing to do about it? You gotta talk to someone. Don't keep it all inside. As my boys here are getting older, people are gonna start telling you that you gotta be a man. Can't have those feelings. You gotta keep those inside. You gotta be tough. You gotta be strong. I disagree. I think that I'm a man. I know that I'm a man. And I know that I have my feelings as well. And keeping all those, when I was younger, when I was in middle school, I didn't talk to anybody about anything. I had all these feelings, but everybody said that if I talked about them, I wouldn't be tough. I wouldn't be manly. And I really regret doing that. All those feelings start bottling up and they kind of make each other worse. If you're really angry about something that's going on, if you're really sad about something, let somebody know. It doesn't mean that you need to walk into your classroom, throw down your backpack and say, hey, everybody, I'm really upset and I need to talk to someone. Can we all talk right now? Maybe that's not the way to handle it. But find someone that you really trust. Find one of those people we've talked about, your teacher, your parents, your siblings, your friends. If something's going hard in your life, really, 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 it helps to talk about it. That is the most important thing that we have talked about today. Don't keep it all inside. There's nothing manly about suffering alone at all. Tony could say, I'm mad. Yeah, if that's the way you're feeling, let someone know. Let it out. Let someone you trust get into that brain. There are challenges that come into growing up. So who was talking about that earlier? I think it was Sanum said, what if you don't like what your classmates like? Sometimes that can make you feel so mad, so isolated. Ross says it's nice to know that you can talk about things. Absolutely, Ross. Let it out, man. Don't keep all that bad inside. Let the bad out. That lets room for the good. So maybe you don't like what your classmates like. That can make you feel bad. School can be hard. You guys are learning so much new stuff every day. It can be really tricky. And sometimes you might just be tired of being visually impaired, tired of not being able to see what's on the board, tired of being the one visually impaired kid in your class. And that's okay. It's okay to feel these sort of things, but let them out. Don't keep them bottled up in you forever. So what can you do? You're tired of being visually impaired, Donnie? Let it out, man. So what are some things you can do? This may surprise you, but you can talk to someone. I'm going to say that 100 times until it's locked in your brains that it's good to talk to people. Ross says that he feels lonely, that he's blind, but then he goes to a sports camp for blind kids that made him feel better. Totally, Ross. That's a great idea. We got camp abilities. We got all sorts of summer camps where you can go and meet a ton of other visually impaired kids who know what you're going through. And that can feel really good to talk to someone who understands.
Hello, everybody. This is Teacher Robin from the background. Oh, okay. Alex froze for a hot second, but I see him smiling back at me, which means it looks like he's just playing around with us, and he is back.
All right, where'd I cut out, Teacher Robin?
We were just talking about the importance of talking to someone and why you should always have people that you can talk to.
Goofy ball. I'm going to guess, Nikki, that you were talking about goal ball. So goal ball is a great place to meet other kids with visual impairments. Totally. And there's always groups, there's groups all across the country. And I know that this audience is all across the country. So there's probably something nearby to you. Mike asked if it's okay to cry. Now, Mike, you listen to me right now. It is always okay to feel how you feel. I don't care what it is. If you have to cry, if you have to sob, if you have to weep, that is totally okay. You feel the way you feel. It is your life and nobody can tell you how to feel about it. So if you got those tears, if they're coming out, let them out. Now, again, does that mean that you want to cry in front of your entire classroom? Maybe not. Maybe if you're having that hard moment where you just got to have a good cry, maybe you can go off on your own for a little bit. Have those feelings, talk to one or two people, but it is absolutely okay to cry. Totally, totally, totally. So Ross said that he kept in touch with other blind boys from his camp, and it's great. So yeah, you might make friends at one of these summer camps, one of these sport camps. They might be friends for the rest of your life. Okay, the third thing we can do is talk to someone. I know I must sound like a broken record at this point, but seriously, talking to someone can make a situation so much better. Mike says that he loves the Lighthouse summer camp. So yeah, lighthouses, those are all around and they offer a lot of really good summer camps. All right, folks, we are on the last slide of our presentation. This is a really big question. What is a man? Think about that. What does it mean to be a man? So a guy, yeah. Well, I guess, and a man. How do you grow from a boy to a man? Changes. Okay, so yeah, you change, Nikki. Ross says that a man is someone who is nice, has a deep voice, and tells good fart jokes. Ross, I am inclined to agree. And I like that you said that a man is nice. Some people think that a man has to constantly be tough and gruff and that's absolutely not the case. A man should absolutely be nice. A deep voice. Some men will not have a deep voice. I have a kind of deep voice, but not every man will. You might not have a deep voice when you get older, and that's okay if you do. Mike says that you get taller. Yeah, as you become a man, you get taller. That's a good one, Mike. Oh, Donnie, I love this. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. That is a great point. A man always can take care of the situation and handle it. But does that mean that a man has to do what he's got to do alone, Donnie? Or can a man have help from other people? While you're typing that, Donnie, I'll read a couple more. Zach says you can grow a beard. Yeah, and again, sometimes. I'm a man and I do not grow a very good beard. I've tried and my facial hair just doesn't come in very great. So I tend to shave instead of growing a beard. So if you don't grow a big, full, bushy beard, don't worry about that. So does a man have to do everything on his own, or can a man have help? Absolutely, Donnie. There is nothing unmanly, unmasculine about needing help. So a man's got to do what a man's got to do, but a man is smart enough to realize when he needs help. Ross says, you know how to grill steaks. My dad is showing me how to do that. Yeah, grilling steaks, working on the grill is a traditional manly skill, I guess. Yeah. But what about baking a cake? Can a man still bake a cake? Ross says his mom helps his dad a lot, so I guess a man can get help. Totally. A man absolutely needs help. Great, Ross. Do you know what to do? Whew, Mike, that's a big old question. How does a man know what to do? Well, you kind of learn as you go along, and you make mistakes as you come along. If I could go back in time and change some of the silly stuff I did before I knew what it is to be a man now, I absolutely would. Like the first time I told someone that I had a crush on her, it did not go very well. I was super nervous. I was super sweaty. I jumbled all my words around. Didn't go great. But then the next time I learned from that mistake and I did a little bit better. So the most important thing, Mike, is to just keep trying and learn from your mistakes and ask for help. Talk to someone. Talk to someone who's already been there, Mike. That's a great place to go. Zach says mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn is a thing a man does, yeah. Changing light bulbs. So a lot of times men are tall, so it's easy to change light bulbs when you're nice and tall. Is there anything that a man does not do? Is there anything that it's like, absolutely not at all? This is not for men. Cry? Now, Donnie, we were talking about this earlier, Donnie. Nothing wrong with crying. You gotta cry, you gotta cry. Keeping all those emotions locked up inside you, it doesn't make you feel any better, it just makes you feel worse. You can cry, you can work through it. Ross says that his dad is in charge of killing spiders for his sisters. So yeah, a man is a lot of times brave. That doesn't mean that a woman can't also be brave, but man is confident and brave, totally. Zach says no babies. That is true. Men do not have babies. Accurate. Mike says that men help people. Absolutely. I think a huge part of being a good man is being a man who likes to help people. Donnie asked, do men cry at weddings and funerals? Donnie, absolutely. Men cry at weddings and funerals. The last wedding I went to, I cried a little bit. It was beautiful. I was so happy for my friend that getting married that I cried a little bit short. And at funerals, totally. Everybody cries at a funeral. That means that someone you loved is gone. And not crying at that funeral might make you feel a lot worse than just letting those feelings out. Feel them with everybody. It's important. Nikki, I'm not quite sure what you were trying to say. Can you type that out one more time, Nikki, and then I'll try and get to that. Zach says his dad cried at his grandfather's funeral, and that's completely all right. That means your dad lost his own dad, and that would really hurt. And I'm sure you were there for your dad. You might have cried too when you heard about your grandfather, Zach, and that's totally all right. Always feel what you feel. Personally, I think the most important thing about being a man is being who you are. Feeling what you feel, liking what you like, doing what you want to do. A man is himself before anything else. Hey, folks, do we have any more questions as we're growing up here? We're moving on ahead. Nikki said you cried at the time before your band teacher left. Yes, you were sad to see your band teacher go, so that's all right. Good cry when you miss someone. Ross says this is a fun class. Well, thank you very much, Ross. I hope you learned a little bit of something. Hope you took something from this that you can use in your life. And I hope that you all grow into strong, confident, smart, and feeling men.
This is Teacher Robin again from the background. Oh, we saw that Teacher Alex did freeze, but he's back. And we are just about at the end. So we will look for Leanne to come back and say goodbye to us. We've had such a fun session. I'm kind of excited because I hear that we are really going to have a part 2 for older boys coming up in a few weeks. And did I also hear that we have a part 3 where other boys and young men with vision impairments are going to join us?
Totally.
Oh, so this has been a really fun man camp. If you can stop sharing, Teacher Alex, we can all be here together. Oh, and there is Leanne.
I am so glad to have had you on, Alex. It's been lots of fun. I look forward to next time where we learn a little bit more about man camp. Pretty cool. Anyone who is joining us tomorrow, we're going to be money masters, really thinking about spending money, which is always fun. And Thursday, it is learning and living with senses in our home. So I am going to say goodbye for now, and I hope you all have a great day.
All right. Thank you guys so much for having me. Have a great day, boys.